This is the second battle in the Team Dignitas Invitational Tournament between Balor of Agartha, commanding Lusitani, and Danko, commanding Parthia. The map is Nemetocenna, and this is not a great map and not a great matchup for the Lusitani. Parthia has all the tools needed to make the Lusitani's life miserable and short. For Balor, we have 5 Skitarii cavalry, 1 Cantabrian cavalry, presumably to counter an elephant. Then he has 4 mercenary Iberian swords, or just Iberian swords because they are in Lusitani. Then he has 2 veteran shields, 4 veteran shields, 5 veteran shield warriors. His general is a Lusitani noble because that's all that the Lusitani has available. He has 3 Skitarii spearmen up front. For Parthia, we have 3 mercenary hoplites, we have 3 Persian hoplites, we have 2 Parthian horse archers, we have 1 Parthian foot, another Parthian foot, and a total of 6 cataphracts. I'm not entirely sure about going this skirmish light against the Lusitani and this infantry heavy. I don't see a need for infantry against the Lusitani because you know that the Parthian infantry is going to lose to the Lusitani infantry. So a bit of a strange choice there by Parthia and Danko, I think, going this light on the skirmishers, especially against the Lusitani. So I wonder what the thought process was behind that. Skitarii spearmen are going to be able to tank a significant amount of missiles. The horse archers need to be really careful around the Iberian swords. And while the Iberian swords are cheap, they make a great target for horse archers because they're going to be able to do so much damage against the poor shields and armor of the Iberian swords. And they're also going to be able to take down their missiles, potentially just baiting missiles from the Iberian swords all day. And here you can see how much damage the Parthian horse archers are doing against Iberian swords. Need to be careful, taking a bit of damage there, not microed well enough by Danko, I'm afraid. But the Iberian swords are dropping so quickly. If the Parthian foot the Parthian archers just manage to stay out of range of the Iberian swords, they can do this all day and cause massive casualties to them. They need to be careful about the Cantabrian cavalry because the Cantabrian cavalry is very fast and it's going to be able to do massive damage with its 41 missile damage javelins. Managing to bait the javelins very well. And the Iberian swords are dropping super quickly to the Parthian horse archers. So not a very cost-effective trade by the Parthian horse archers, but Iberian swords can do so much damage to units like cataphracts that it might actually be worth it doing this. But Balor screening with his Iberian swords like this is going to pose a threat to the Parthian horse archers, and at the same time it's going to deplete their ammunition and keep the fire away from the veteran shield warriors. But in this matchup I think Iberian swords are a more important unit than the shield warriors, because they will be able to do significant damage to the eastern cataphracts. It's not really going to be possible to bait javelins with cataphracts because they are so slow, they turn very slowly. Balor using his units very nicely here to screen from both the horse archers and from the eastern cataphracts, while he's sort of isolating one part of the Parthian army, presumably wanting to destroy the army piecemeal. At the same time, he's not committing too many of his troops to screen away this part of the army, so Balor might be able to catch this part of Parthia, but Parthia is going to pull back towards its supporting units, and now it's going to move in. The Iberian swords are going to move into range of the archers. More importantly, the eastern cataphracts are going to be able to get a charge on the Iberian swords, and this is going to be it for the Iberian swords. They do get some volleys in, but that unit of Iberian swords just got completely wrecked. And here Danko is sending out his eastern cataphracts, but they are just so close to the supporting fire of these units. And we should see eastern cataphracts start to drop quickly from being attacked from several angles here. More javelins incoming against eastern cataphracts, still not killing any cataphracts, but their hit points can't be doing too well with this amount of javelins incoming. And many of the Iberian units have the elite Soliferum javelins that they are going to be able to do massive amounts of damage with. I believe the Soliferum has 12 armor penetration. So 20 base and 12 AP. The Mercenary Hoplites getting charged by Veteran Shields, not going to do well. Here we have a mix of Scutari Spears and Scutari Cavalry and Veteran Shields going straight into the Veteran Hoplites. The Veteran Shields should do very well in this blob. Here we have a unit of Scutari Cavalry being destroyed. The Royal Cataphracts are taking some damage from javelins from these Scutari Spears. Very chaotic battle this. Balor pouring his units into the center, throwing javelins at the Cataphracts, taking down a significant amount of Cataphracts. But this is what happens to Veteran Shield Warriors when they are charged by Cataphracts, going down super quickly. Still, they're doing a lot of damage on the charge, even to the Scutari Spears. But they need to be careful, because the Javelin Volleys incoming are so devastating. Again, Javelin Volley, and the Eastern Cataphracts are going down quickly. A unit of Eastern Cataphracts going down to Scutari Cavalry. And now the Lusitani Nobles are going to do a lot of damage to this unit of Cataphracts. Javelins incoming as well, so the Cataphracts are dropping super quickly. Eastern Cataphracts running away from the infantry of the Lusitani. They need to get good charges. They can't just grind it out against the Veteran Shield Warriors. Here another unit of Veteran Shield Warriors gets a great charge on these Persian Hoplites. And the Persian Hoplites are going to drop very quickly indeed. But the Parthian Foot Archers are able to get a lot of kills on the Veteran Shield Warriors. So this was not a good engagement for the Veteran Shield Warriors. We have Lusitani units destroying Hoplites on all sides of the battlefield. The charge from the Lusitani nobles was broken, and they are dying so quickly now, being fired upon both by Parthian Foot and by Parthian Horse. So the Lusitani nobles should actually be destroyed here. But Lusitani is winning on its left flank, while it's doing good in the center against the infantry. If Lusitani can take care of enough of the cavalry of Parthia, they're going to be good. But so many good charges incoming. The charge was stopped here by Scutari Cavalry crashing into the Royal Cataphracts. This unit of Eastern Cataphracts is going to go down momentarily. The general of the Lusitani nobles were actually able to survive, and that enabled the Scutari Cavalry to get into the Parthian Foot. It allowed the Cantabrian Cavalry to charge in and stop the Parthian Horse Archers from firing. In this blob, the Lusitani should just destroy the infantry, but there is a Cataphract unit in there. Still, it's going to take a lot of damage from the Falcatas of the Veteran Shields. Getting some Scutari Spears in there as well to do damage to the Cataphracts. So, Lusitani is doing surprisingly well against Parthia here, taking care of another unit of Eastern Cataphracts. The general of the Lusitani is wavering though, so that's not good. He's being defeated by lowly Persian Hoplites because he took so much damage from javelins, from missiles. And now we have the classic case of a few Parthian cavalry units being left on the field, getting destroyed in melee blobs. And the Parthian infantry isn't going to be able to hold out for much longer. But it's questionable if Balor has enough units left to stop the Eastern Cataphract cycle charges, because the general of Parthia is still very much alive. He's going to wreck this unit of Iberian swords on the charge. And if he's able to cycle charge well enough, then there's nothing that Lusitani can do to stop this from happening. Just look at how quickly the Iberian swords are dropping. The Persian Hoplites are holding out for some time. More missiles incoming against the Eastern Cataphracts. They are exhausted now, so they're going to be super slow. The charge is still going to be devastating against Veteran Shields. Let's see how many kills they get on this charge. Doing a lot of damage. One unit of Scutari Cavalry left. It's not going to be able to stop the Veteran Shield Warriors from getting charged in the flank by the Royal Cataphracts. But it is going to be able to turn around and get into the Cataphracts. Still, it looks like he doesn't want that. He wants to go for the Parthian Foot Archers, which is the smart choice in this situation. Veteran Shield Warriors just taking so much damage, getting into the Eastern Cataphracts here, but the Eastern Cataphracts are just going to be able to ride through the very depleted unit of Veteran Shields. Might still take damage pulling out. getting into the rear of the unit of veteran shields, and this unit of veteran shields is dead. Parthian horse archers getting destroyed by Skitari cavalry. And now that this unit of veteran shields breaks, it's going to free up 2 units of Parthia to be able to do some serious charging against the veteran shields that are left. So it looks like Parthia might be able to pull this one off. Charging in, doing damage, but the Royal Cataphracts are just getting surrounded at this point. It's a super close battle, very well played by Balor. But it looks like the Eastern Cataphracts were able to defeat the Skitari cavalry, and one more charge from the Royal Cataphracts, and that's going to be it. If the veteran shield warriors have any ammunition left, they might be able to destroy the remaining Royal Cataphracts, but one charge against the veteran shields should just break them, and there we go. The battle goes to Danko, but only just, so the score is 1-1. He got massive kills on his cataphracts, but good kills on his skirmishers. I still think bringing this costly infantry, especially the mercenary hoplites, was a mistake here, because he wouldn't really need those units to protect his skirmishers if he just went very cavalry heavy. And the veteran shields got a lot of kills for this being against Parthia. Some of the Skitari cavalry did well. So Balor didn't bring a very good counter build to what Parthia brought, but he almost pulled it off. If he had been able to get one more javelin volley into the Parthian general, then this would have been GG and Balor would have won. So it was surprising to see Lusitani do this well against Parthia, but I don't think the Parthian build that Danko brought was the best build against the Lusitani, because only bringing 4 skirmishers as Parthia, I think that's risky. So we're going to have a tiebreaker between these 2 players, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's always nice when we have as many battles as possible. Strength and honor.